Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of Art with Mr. Borja. I just want to say huge thanks to all of you who have sent in your artwork. I think it's really cool to see the creativity coming out of some old friends and some new friends. So let's keep that going. If you would like to showcase your artwork on this next episode coming up, please be sure to send your artwork over to happydrawing123@gmail.com. I'll shout you out and I'll share your artwork with everyone. Here's a look at some of the artwork that artists have sent me from previous episodes. Enjoy. At this point, I want you to grab whatever it is you need, either crayons or markers or color pencils, anything. And if there's a friend or a sibling that's next to you that wants to join, let them join so we can get started. So the first line I'm gonna do is a curved line that's gonna go across the paper like this. Like that. I'll wait for you to draw yours. Then I'm gonna draw a little curved line going up like this. And then going down like that. Now we're gonna draw the ears right over here like this. And these are all going to be curved lines. Do the same on the other side. Okay, now I'm gonna draw a little nose right here, kind of towards this part of the head. Do like a little round triangle like this. Now we're gonna draw curved line to the nose, and same on the other side. Then I'm gonna draw two curved lines that are gonna look like a letter M. It's gonna go from this side of the head to this side. I'll show you. One curved line like this, and the other one like that. If you don't already know, we are going to be drawing a raccoon. Now, the raccoons are very, very smart and very sneaky. So, I'm going to draw a little line for the mouth like this. But then, I'm going to draw a little horizontal line like that. Then this raccoon's eyes are going to be a little bit big, because we just caught him doing some sneaky little things outside. His eyes are going to be looking up a little bit like this, as in, I don't know what you're talking about there. Now we're going to draw the stomach, or the tummy of the raccoon. He's got quite a big old belly, so let's go ahead and give him a round Just kind of like a U shape. Now we're going to draw 2 arms. Now I'm going to draw the arms going to the back like this because this little guy, sneaky little critter, is hiding something. Next thing we're going to draw are the 2 feet. Now I'm going to use ovals here like this, one on each side. Like that. And like that. You could draw the other part of the legs. Like that. Like that. Then you're going to draw 1 line like this. An upside down U shape. Next, these raccoons are known to have really huge tails, so I'm going to draw a big old, it's going to look like a tear shape, a teardrop shape. It's going to start here. I'll start right here. Big old tail going up. Big old fuzzy tail like that. And I'm going to draw these lines across. They're going to be curved. Now this sneaky little dude, he's hiding something behind him. So I'm going to draw that. See how his arms are going right behind him? What I'm going to draw is a giant paintbrush like this. He's trying to hide the paintbrush, but it's not really working out for him. Draw one part of the paintbrush like that. And pretend it's going to go all the way across the paper like that. Now, you're not going to draw over your raccoon because that would look silly. I want you to pretend that you're going to draw. So okay, keep your line straight a little bit. And when it goes past the raccoon, that's when you start to draw the rest of the paintbrush. Same with this line over here. You see how it stops right here, right behind the tail? You're going to pretend that this line goes all the way across like that. And it comes out once it passes the raccoon. There's your paintbrush. Draw this little oval. Straight line like that. Another little oval. And now the top of the paintbrush has like a similar shape as the ear. See how it goes like that and it comes to a point? You're going to do the same thing with the paintbrush, or the head of the paintbrush, like that. And it comes down like that. So this little sneaky critter was playing with the paintbrush, but doesn't want you to know. Go ahead and add some of the details to the paintbrush like that. This paintbrush has a little bit of paint on the top, so I'm going to draw this wavy line like that. All right, we're going to go ahead and add some more detail to my drawing. Remember, I still have to turn this into something because I cannot take this off. But that's okay. I'm going to show you this little trick. Yesterday, I had a little friend on top of the elephant. I still don't know the name of the little bird, but I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to draw 2 feet. Then I'm going to draw a curved line like this. Little friend. Now, I know what I'm going to do to this little part right here, this little oops. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that into something else. Here's a little trick. I'm going to go ahead and color that in like so. Again, we're trying to turn this little oops into something beautiful. I'm not just going to throw out the paper. I got it. Turning this into a tree with a little hole in there for the little house for our friend. I'm going to need a ground here. But first, I'm just going to draw the tree. I'll show you how to draw it. Start from here, go down like that. But then the roots are going to come out a little bit. Like this. Have some roots. More like that. Then the tree is going to have another side like this. That's going to have some leaves up here. So I'm going to start to draw it over here. Then this tree has some branches going up this way like that. Then I could draw the floor, going from this side all the way across. Remember not to color or draw over your artwork. Follow that line all the way across, and when the picture stops, your line continues. Like that. I can draw the sun on this side. Once again, I run out of paper, but that's okay. I know the rest of the sun is there. I'm going to use my imagination to know the sun is still there. Now I think I want to try to add one more detail here. I know. I'm going to draw part of the bucket of paint that this little sneaky critter was using. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started on coloring. Remember, if you are using any crayons, color pencils, anything, it is your responsibility to clean those up when you are done. Take out my markers. Now, I don't have any gray markers, but I'm going to show you a little trick that I like. So with this little trick, I like to use a black marker like this. So for the areas of the raccoon that I want to be really dark, I'm going to go ahead and use some lines like this. I'm going to use lines pretty close together. And take your time with this, because if you're doing it the same way, you need to leave some white in between the lines. If you want to go ahead and use a different color, once again, it is your artwork. There is no right or wrong answer. I like to show a lot of gray on this raccoon because the rest of the picture is going to use a lot of color. So I want the raccoon to be gray. And again, take your time with it. There is no hurry. I hope you all have been having a wonderful day. Hope you have done your chores at home. I hope you have been helping out your families. See how slowly I'm doing this? It's gonna take a while, but in the end, I think it's gonna be worth it. See how that looks gray? I used a black marker, but if you look very closely, I left some white lines in between so that when you look at it from far away, it looks gray. I want to share something with you. I colored in the nose of the raccoon with this black marker, and it turns out that it looks kind of gray. So I'm going to use this as a gray marker instead of a black one. And then I'm just going to color in the other stuff, the details that I need to color in black with the black marker that I used. A cool trick is if you have a pencil, and if you were using a pencil, if you color in with that, it looks gray as well. So I'm going to go ahead and continue coloring the part of the raccoon that I want gray. Again, take your time. And when I'm coloring this part in, I'm not leaving any white line. I want a solid gray color for this part of the raccoon, or the head. Take your time with it. I'm gonna go ahead and color in the whole part right here, that same color. See you in a little bit. All right, so I've colored the raccoon's head. The top part is a darker gray, but then the part where the eyes are, I used that trick with just using a lot of lines and leaving some white lines in between to make it look like it's a little bit lighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color the arms now. And again, I'm going to color them dark gray. Same color as the top of the head. I'm not leaving any lines in between this time because I want the solid gray color to come out. If you wanted to leave some lines in between, that's totally fine. For this one, I want to use the solid color. Same right here for the legs. I'm going to be gray. Dark gray. I hope you had a chance to go outside today. It looks like it's a nice and sunny day. After this, I might go for a little walk. I'm going to go ahead and color this part of the tummy, the same color as this and this part. The inside, I think I'm going to use the same trick that I used for this part. I'm gonna draw a lot of lines just to get the lighter gray color. And again, take your time with this. If you wanted to color your raccoon purple or rainbow color, totally fine. It's your artwork, there is no right or wrong answer. I want to say thank you to my good friend Nico. He's the one that suggested I draw a raccoon for this episode, so thank you, Nico. If you're watching, I appreciate the suggestion. If you want to let me know what animal I should draw next, please be sure to send me an email. Almost done with this part. I forgot to add one detail here for the tummy. Let's got a little bit of fur here, like that. But then I want to color in the nose darker because the nose is not gray, it's black. And it's part of the eye. I want to leave some white spot in the eye. Just a little shimmer. And for this part, I wanted to color it the same color I did this one right here. Light gray, so I want to be careful to leave white lines in between the gray lines. Take your time with it. And this is only if you want to do this trick. If you don't, totally fine. I know I'm going to love all the artwork that I see next time. There. Now I still need to color in the tail. So, it's going to be a pattern. This is going to be light gray, then dark gray, light gray, dark gray, light gray, dark gray. Here we go. I'm going to color in all the dark or the light gray ones first. Using that same trick. Don't want these lines to touch. Skip that one because that one's going to be dark gray. Skip this one because that one's going to be dark gray. Now I'm going to color in the dark gray lines. And for this one, I'm not going to leave any blank space in between the lines. In order to get a thicker line, I'm holding the marker. See how it comes to a point? I hold it a little bit slanted instead of straight up and down. That's a little trick I use. Almost done with the raccoon. Now I don't have pink, but I want to color in this part of the ear pink. I'm going to use the same trick I used on this one. I'm going to use red this time, though. Make very thin lines. Like that. So that it looks pink when you look at it from far away. Let's see. The paintbrush I want to be solid red, so color this in. I started on this side. You can start on the other side of the paintbrush. If you want to color it in a different color, that is fine too. Again, you got to be careful when you're coloring with a yellow marker. You don't want to go over any of the solid black lines you have, because then you ruin your yellow. You want to keep these nice for as long as you can. For this side here, if I leave some blank lines, I'm fine with it. Again, take your time with it. What paint? Use orange. So on the last episode, I used purple for the little birdie. I'm going to go ahead and keep that the same, because this little birdie has a lot of friends. I don't know the name of this little bird, but hopefully in the next episode I will have a name. Take your time with it though. I'm going to color the grass green, and I've been using the same technique with, if I wanted to leave some lines, I can. I'm going to go ahead and say I want to do the same for this grass as well. If there's white lines that you leave, totally fine. Just take your time with it. If you want to color your grass red, go for it. If you want to color it rainbow color, go for it. Again, there is no right or wrong answer when it comes to art. Anybody can be an artist. Alright, the grass is all done. I'm going to grab brown for the tree. If you have sent in pictures, I just want to say thank you. It is really cool to see all the artwork that is happening. I think it's really cool that not only are the students that I taught participating in this art lesson, but other students from different classrooms have sent in their artwork, and I just think it's great. So thank you, and keep sending your stuff. Again, I'm going to leave some white space in between because I like the way it looks. Remember how I had that little oops right here? You can't even tell anymore. So, again, some things will happen. You just gotta be flexible. Almost done with the tree. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with coloring the sky now. I'll see you in a couple seconds. So I started coloring the grass. The sky. I know in the previous episode I colored the leaves of the tree green, but I'm thinking this little sneaky critter ended up painting the leaves on the tree. I don't know what color yet though. But again, take your time with it. We're not rushing anything right now. I'm gonna go ahead and keep on coloring this right here. And I'll see you in a couple seconds. I think I'm gonna have to start to color the sky a different color because maybe my blue marker is running out. That's all right. I'm just gonna keep on using it until it does run out. Again, I hope you all are safe. I hope you all have been enjoying this time with your families. I know that it's still going to be a little bit tricky out in the world, but you artists can be flexible. I don't want what's happening out in the world to keep you from doing your art. Keep on doing your art. I'd love to see all the work that you've created. I think I'm done with the sky. And as you can see, the blue marker is running out of ink, so I'm gonna have to get a little bit creative on the next episode. I have a couple tricks though. I'll show you what I can do. Until then, let's keep coloring. Again, be careful. Try not to color over any of the black lines with your yellow marker. This little paint bucket is going to be red. I want solid red, so I'm going to use the whole area and color it in. Now the leaves, this little sneaky critter went ahead and started coloring the leaves rainbow colors. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. He thought it would be funny, but guess what? The little birdie seems to like it. Now, I'm going to use brown as well up here. Over here. Alright, I think I am done coloring. I'm going to go ahead and write my initials on the bottom right hand corner on B. I think I'm done coloring. Now I'm going to go ahead and write about my artwork. So we're going to flip our page over. What am I going to name this little sneaky raccoon? Remember, every time you start a brand new sentence, you start with a capital letter. I want to write the name I'm going to give the raccoon is, let's go with Carl. Finger space is finger space A finger space raccoon. I don't have any more room to write here, so I'm going to go ahead and start on the next line. What do I want to say about Carl? He likes to what? I don't know. I'm going to leave that part up to you. Remember, when you're starting a new sentence, start with capital letter. He, finger space, likes, finger space, to, finger space, and once again, I'm going to let you come up with whatever it is you want to write about Carl, or whatever you named your raccoon. I want to challenge you to write as much as you can. And if you'd like to share that with me, you may. And period. Now I think I'm done with the writing part. But again, I'm going to challenge you at home to come up with whatever it is you want to write about. There is no right or wrong answer. I'd like to see whatever it is that you came up with. Okay, since we are all done here with our art, we have to remember rule number 4, which is clean up all materials. So please do so. I'm gonna tell you that you need to check to make sure that all the tops, if you are using the markers, are on so that they don't dry out. You want to keep those organized. Put this marker away. Again, cleanup is your responsibility. Great artists clean up after themselves. All right, friends, I think that is all we have time for today. Again, if you would like me to showcase your artwork on the next episode of Art with Mr. Borja, please be sure to send your artwork over to happydrawing123@gmail.com. I will shout you out and share your artwork with the rest of the world. I hope you had an awesome time drawing with me today, and I hope to see you next time. Happy drawing.